Well, good morning, YouTube friends. Today's painting adventures brings us to Lehigh Gorge State Park. And it took me about an hour and a half to get up here. I have my 17 pounds of equipment on my back here, and we're going to start hiking and find a place to paint. So stay tuned. All right, about a mile in down this path. First thing we come up on is this giant waterfall off here to the left. Last time I was up in these woods, I painted a different waterfall. This thing is definitely huge. You see it comes way up top there. Wow. Well, that is up there. Way up. Down, walk over to the edge here. Nice vibe. Oh, very nice. Oh, I'm going to keep walking and see what else I can find down this long path here. Kind of quiet on a Sunday morning, besides that rushing water. But, yeah, so far so good. Yep, hang tight, I'll bring you back. Okay, so 3 miles down this trail, come to find out, if you can see there behind me, see what it looks like? Trees to the left, trees to the right, path down the middle. That's what it looks like for about 12 miles. So, yeah, I want to head back to the car and drive somewhere where I don't have to walk, over 12 miles to find something to paint. It's a very nice walk out here and it's peaceful and quiet, but yeah, as far as inspiring to paint, I could find this a half mile from my house. So I'll bring you back once I find somewhere to paint. All right, coming up on it now. Just over these trees. So, all the walking, the hiking, wrong turns, driving, and it is what we found. I don't know if you can see it down there. They got I guess they're rafts, kayaks, a little bit of everything. And that's the view I'm going to paint right there. Get a lot of atmosphere. I like the way the mountains fold around the river. And actually, earlier today, I was way off to the left there, down by the river. That's where the other trail went. So, it's a good walk. I'm going to get set up and let you look over my shoulder as I paint. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. So here I am, set up, looking down over the gorge. And it's a funny word, gorge. So about ready to start drawing in, sketching in the scene. And then I'll put some more paint on there, see what we come up with. I'm going to try to keep on talking as I'm painting here. It's kind of hard to do. For me, anyway. I guess other people like to talk, and I'm not one of those people. Alright. So, you want to add the skyline in. Distant mountains. Up and around. Just kind of levels off there. And we're going to put the foreground in. Not much of it, like right here. From an angle. This has some indication of these little leaves, grasses growing here, different types. Alright, and we're going to put in this big tree over here just to help block it in. And some grass. So down here, river stops right about there, comes around the bend. So, put in the second tree line. Comes down, this, bends around like that. this here. This tree line. Take a look at that there. Goes down like this. And that follows that curve around there. Alright. So that's the basic block in there. I don't know if you can see there. Guess I ought to looking to get in the shade for the camera. Can't really see it, huh? Bring it in closer. See if we can. Alright. Don't look at your screens as I'm moving this around. You get seasick. Alright, you can see a little bit of it there. Okay. Alright. So that's the general idea. Let me see. Over here, we're going to put this skinny tree just to help anchor it down here. Alright. Put all this stuff away. And let's get a bigger brush. And make some sky. Just a lot of white. Blues. Maybe we'll steal something over here. Yeah, not quite that much. Get that out of there. Some more white paint. Alright. Now let's see what we got. A little more like it. A little bit of blue-green in there. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, much better. Okay. Alright. Well, here we go. Put in some sky color here. Quick. If you notice the canvas, what that actually is hardboard. That's what I'm painting on. And what I do, I spray it with automotive primer, a gray primer. Spray it down, put like 2 or 3 coats on it. Works fine. It's like painting on glass though, it's very slippery. Yeah. But once you get used to it, you know, it's actually works out pretty good. Alright, coming down closer to the horizon, so I'm going to make it lighter. As you see, just above the mountains there. Very pale blue. So, that's what we're going to put in. Pale blue. A little chunk sticking to it there. Blend it down a little bit. Give it a little bit of depth. Use a little more color right there. Alright. That's the sky. But I think we're going to add some clouds. Grab a smaller brush here. Clouds are gray, so we're going to take the blue. Mix in some orange with it. Not that much. Very powerful. Mix that in there. Quite grayed out yet. There we go. Now we're talking. All right. Since the clouds move constantly, it's kind of hard to paint them, so just going to put an indication of clouds. Really, the sky's not the main focus of the painting, so. Alright, so paint them in real quick here, what I see. Dark sides. Let's see. It's actually starting to pale quick. Some of that in there. There we go. And people coming, so I'll get right back to you. Okay, we're back. Got the blocking in portion done. Got the darks and the lights, you know, where the shadows were. Not necessarily where they are right now. But, so I'm going to switch to a smaller brush here and start putting in some detail on this closer group of trees here. So, mix up some lighter color for that. I think I'm just going to try that same green, just add white to it, see what that looks like. Yeah, we can see it. I do like it, the way the sun's hitting the shoreline here. Really breaks up that shadow that we had earlier. So I'm just going to change that, put that in there. Still keeping true to where the shadow was. Just giving her a little land mass here. Really, from this far away, it's kind of hard to tell where it starts and where it stops. So stop it right there. It's not bad. A little more yellow to that. And I think we gotta add more white so it stands out. Kind of a minty green now. There you go. I'm just gonna put an indication of detail on these trees here. Then we'll go back and blend it in, you know, like the sun's just catching little individual leaves out there. That's what I'm trying to produce here. Still leaving the darks in there because you gotta have darks if you want light. I'm filming this today with a new iPhone 7S. Last week I was in Valley Forge and I started to paint. And it started to drizzle a little bit. But I had a little faith in our weather people who said it's not going to be a downpour or a washout of a day. I guess you can figure out what happened. Yep, it was a downpour. Yep, it got my phone. I guess iPhones aren't supposed to, you know, get real hot when they get wet. Shorted that thing out real quick. Yeah, not that I wanted a new phone. I was happy with the one I had, but yeah, if I wanted to continue to do things like this, I had to have a phone. Which is nowadays, I mean, I guess that's all of us. You have to have a phone, right? Carry it with you, like when I was growing up, where you could just, you know, you had one phone in the house with like a 8-foot cord, you know? And that's about as mobile as you can going to get. You can go 8 feet away from the phone. That's it. Yeah. Different times. All right, so we got some in there. I'm just going to take a different brush here, blend that out. As again, I don't want too much detail in there, just want the indication of trees. put too much detail in there, then your eye is going to get, stuck right there. I don't want that. I want you to, look at the painting and look around. Draw the eye around. That's, pretty happy with that there. Alright, let's see. Make sure I keep the shade on there. Painting will wind up real dark. Alright, so we're going to come over to the other side. The left side here, this group of trees. I'm just going to make that more yellow. Because when I started painting, the sun was coming in from the left side here, down. So it was really, the sun was really catching the leaves on this side. So that's what we'll do. Let me see. Yeah, not quite. Gotta add weight to that. Let's give it a little tick. There you go. Now we can see it. Just bounce around there, turning the brush every so often. Try not to have a pattern. When you put these little bits and pieces in here, these little details, because then it doesn't look natural. If you just wind up with little dashes all the way across. They're not little soldiers. They're little leaves. So the sun's kind of draping down through here. So we'll get that right about there. Alright. Just kind of a solid line there. We'll put that in there. Okay. And we're going to move to the foreground. How are we going to do that? So I'm looking at the tree to the left there, this one up there. It's got some red in there. We got a nice array of green. So if we get, anytime you can add the complementing color, usually makes it pop out a little bit, So I want to exaggerate that red in that tree. Not really too crazy red, but just something to offset all that green. It's the end of June, so it's everything you look at is going to have have a lot of green in it. But there you go. A bit more of a maroon color. Let me see if that shows up. It does. All right. So we'll just make that maroon. You more maroon. Put individual branches in here. With this medium value, we got the dark value of the green being under it. So put in a medium, then a highlight. The highlights I'll put in with a smaller brush. Keep this dark back there. Some more red. Alright. That's that tree. Blocking our view, keeping our eye in this area here. Keep that nice and dark. And there's a little tree, I don't know if it's a baby tree or a bush or what, but there's something smaller tree down here. So I think this one's way closer. Let me do this. Take some of my yellow green, see what that looks like. I'm just going to give a couple indications. Highlighted branches. It's not the main subject of the painting, so Just want to put an indication that something is growing here. But not really pay attention to it. Alright, let that blend into the bottom. Alright, that's not bad. I think we could do some more highlights here. Individual leaves. It's looking pretty good. Blend them out. Alright. And we'll come closer. Look at different grasses and whatnots here. Again, I'm going to go with a thinner brush. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's try the fan brush here. There we go. Little guy's pretty beat up. Alright. Go back into my green mixture. I'm just going to pull up. Some more paint on there. Get it to stick. Okay. Sticking. So, just jab it like this. It's not too bad. Different type of grass here. Move it around. Some contrast in it. Higher right there. Tilt that back in. In there. Alright. This. Alright, coming together now. Now we can go back to getting some more white. I'm going to add it to our red color here.